Hello.
I've got to be honest here, Bri.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not setting my expectations too high. Do you know what I mean?
I know, me
I
too.
want them,
Yeah.
I want them to just go like this. I want them to get off the plane and I want them to go there and go, oh my God, you're the best parents ever. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I love you so
I love you.
much.
Yeah, I'll use my new phone.
Do you know what, Bri? Shall we lower our expectations?
Hello.
Daddy, I love him.
Mother thanks you.
Right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Hello and welcome to the It's a Drama podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And I still haven't had my tilling. Where is it? Yes. Get on it, Brian.
Yes.
I can feel it. You're not
Yeah, but
not
I have to
concentrating. I know.
reach
No,
over.
the moment's gone because I thought you were going to do it before I said, I'm Liz. And then I thought it's going to just
I
have
should
that.
have brought the roadcaster a bit closer.
Yeah. Are you concentrating? Are you
No, because
happy?
I can hear my voice going out as I'm turning my head from the microphone.
I tell you what, we're bringing you this podcast from outside. We're in our garden, in our back garden, outside our bedroom on our little deck thing there. And Bry's just had the most stressful 20 minutes because he said, I'll set it all up outside. We set it up, all the lights, all the camera, all the action, sat down, and this massive gust of wind just started blowing.
Yeah. Well,
And you weren't happy, were you, Bry?
no, because the thing is, it starts off something simple. It was just a nice calm morning, just a bit of grey overcast. And then the clouds clear,
Spit it out.
the wind picks up, and we are filming this, but it's just, if you could see, we should put a camera behind us, and then you could see all the lights wobbling in the wind.
All the stress.
We don't realise what people do just to make a podcast these days.
I
It's so much easier when it
know.
was just audio. I know people listen just on audio,
I know.
but it's like, oh no, it needs to be videoed. And
This
you're
is
like,
my
okay.
favourite way of doing a podcast, where me and you are just sitting at the mics,
Yeah.
chatting. To be honest, I don't really care about the camera on this kind of
No, we never. We
podcast.
don't play to the camera like
no,
we do on
it's
the
just like,
YouTube
this is
and
just
stuff. but-
an intimate
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear the birds? Listen to that. A little bird just started singing its little head off. Hear it?
It's a
I
lark.
hope you can hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back this week to talk to you about some exciting news that we have. Some really happy news.
Yeah, some great
happy news
Yeah.
that we really, really want to share. And again, this is the kind of thing that we've been wanting to tell you for ages, but circumstances happened. We went back to England for my dad's funeral, and we weren't in the space to tell you about it. So we've left it right till the last minute
Yeah.
to tell you some exciting news that we won't be spending New Zealand. We won't be
Where are we spending New Zealand at?
Christmas.
I like that way around.
Now, I know you've all dropped off your perch because
Yeah.
you're all dying to hear that news, weren't you?
Yeah.
That Liz and Brian won't be in New Zealand for Christmas. But actually, this goes a little bit deeper than this, because not only are we not going to be in New Zealand for Christmas, we'll share in a minute, we're going to go. It's going to be a big surprise. I'm trying to hang it on and dangle
tell
it
now?
down. But it's a major decision what we've done, because it's a big major upheaval. And we wanted to talk to you today about the decision to do things that, just about making memories versus being sensible and just thinking, no, you can't afford it. It's too much pressure. Just do what you always do. We've gone against that.
Well,
With what we're about to do.
I think we do that all the time. Anyway, whenever you go travelling, there's a difference. You go on a 2-week holiday and you have splash out and have a 2-week holiday, or you go travelling, or you go and stay somewhere for a month or something like that. And that's a big decision because, we work just like everybody else, but I know we can take our work with us. But it's huge, isn't it? Because just leaving a house either empty or with the kids in it, thinking, what's it going to be like when we come back? What's going to be broken, as it always is. And I just think that it's a huge decision. Most people just go, oh, you know what? Can't be bothered. Let's just stay home.
So let me tell you about that huge decision. First of all, let's wind back to about August, I think it was, when we went to Thailand. I lost my mum in April. We went to Thailand in August or September. I can't remember
August.
which one it was. And while we were over there, we did a few podcasts from in Thailand. So if you haven't listened to those podcasts, you can go back and listen to those. But while we were over there, we had a real heart-to-heart about Christmas. Because I don't know about you, but Christmas is just such a major event in our lives, isn't it? In any family's life, I would imagine.
But it always has been for ours because we love big family Christmases.
Yeah.
Where we can get as many of the family here as we can, like, you know,
Yeah.
or spend it with family.
Yeah.
As in just our immediate family as well.
And Christmas has always been, ever since I was a kid, and I kind of, I kind of passed it on to you, but we grew together and made it our family tradition, was always my mum. You know, my mum has been there for every single one of my Christmases, bar about 2. She made it so special when we were kids, and she went on to make it special for our kids and for us as adults. And when we moved to New Zealand, my mum just lived down the road, and every Christmas she would just, like, 1st of December came and my mum would be like, shall I go and buy the pork, Lizzie?
Yep.
You know, have you got your decorations
Should we get a turkey
up
this
yet?
year?
Yeah, just, and it was always my mum, you know, it was always, she was there and she was a big part of Christmas. And when we were in Thailand, we had this big heart to heart, didn't we? And I just said, do you know what, Bri? I don't want to do Christmas in New Zealand this year without mum. I just can't face it. I really, really can't face it.
Yeah. But that comes down to what we talked about was things that trigger you, you know, because it's going through that grief journey that you did, or you still are. And some things just trigger, don't they?
Yeah.
They really, really, really do. And Christmas, do you know what? Just after being in Thailand, coming back to New Zealand, it was just so different when we were over there because we were just so much more positive and everything. You had picked up in such a different way. And then as soon as you got back home, these triggers just started happening, didn't they? And it, you know, with the loss of your mum, with losing the family dog, all around the same time. And it took a real dip in the first few weeks of being back, didn't it? You know, and you still haven't really recovered from that the same as what you were when you were in Thailand.
I think we are in a very fortunate position that we can take our work with us. Or actually, I say we're in a fortunate position. We have worked our flipping bums off to make that happen. We really have. It was one of those things that we set out to do 6 years ago, and we're doing it. You know, it was one of those things that we just said that is our dream. We want to be able to work anywhere in the world, and we have made that happen.
Yeah,
it's a goal that we have achieved, and
it's cost a fortune to get there. But it has, isn't it? It has.
Yeah.
It's cost a fortune to get here because to make content that you don't get paid very much for, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and to keep going and get it to the point where it then, you know, yes, it can just about pay the mortgage and stuff, like, you know.
We will be selling the house next year because we haven't got the money to pay.
We will be selling the house.
But that's anher story.
So if you want to buy it, give me a call.
But anyway, going back to what we were saying, we're in this position that we can, you know, remove ourselves from things that, like you say, trigger you when you're grieving. And I wish I could do that for everyone. I wish I could, because although you take your grief, of course, grief never leaves you. It's not that once you remove yourself, you don't feel grief anymore.
No.
It's just that you don't see where you used to go for a coffee with your mum, or you don't see this that you used to do with your mum, or you don't get, you know.
Yeah, but you've got to go to the vets and it's 3 doors down from where your mum lived and stuff like that. It's just everything triggers, isn't it? Like, you know.
Anyway, all that to say that while we were in Thailand, we just said, why don't we stuff the money? Why don't we just think, put it on the mortgage, draw down on the mortgage, and just have a Christmas that we've never, ever experienced before in our life. Just me, Brian, Sonny and Tess.
Yeah.
And go off and just have a flipping good time. Just a different Christmas that we've never done before.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The kids are partnerless at the moment. They haven't got partners. So it's like, yep, oh, that light was just about to fall over. And yes, and that's going to be like a Christmas we've never spent in the last 5-10 years, because they've always, 5 years, 6 years, they've always had partners, haven't they?
Yeah. But you know us, we like to save money wherever we can, and we're thrifty travellers, we're budget travellers, and we normally always, when we travel, house sit.
Yeah.
And we considered house sitting. We were like, oh, why don't we just look for a house sit somewhere else in the world? And I did consider it.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it, and we were like, do you know what? We don't really want to go and have to walk a dog every day. And, you know, it just didn't seem the solution. It didn't seem what we wanted.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
If you want to drive to a city or something, or spend a day sightseeing, you know, when you're looking after dogs, it's like, a 6-hour window or a 7-hour window, isn't it? And you just think, well, if your house exchanging, you can always spend the night out and go to an Airbnb or something as well.
Yeah.
Not that you would, but
so
you
what
could.
we did, we went on all the websites to see what we could do, how we could make this work without spending all our mortgage. We just want to spend a fraction of it, of what little bit that's left on our drawdown mortgage. And we found a site called Home Exchange. And it's where you go on and put your house up and say, I live in New Zealand. Does anyone want to swap houses with us?
Yep.
And that's what we did, wasn't it?
Yep, we did.
And we took all these really nice photos of the house that we'd already taken them for when we rented it when we went a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And you go on and you just type in like where you want to go in the world. And I think I typed in England, because we were thinking of going to England, New York, Edinburgh, because that was really fancy, and Canada.
Yep. That wasn't fancy.
And we got lots and lots of rejections because I applied for tons.
It's a bit of a shitty time of year to do it, isn't it? Because people tend to spend the Christmas period in their house, but New Year, happy to do it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what the hard part about this wasn't it? Because it got to the point where we were like, no one wants to do this at Christmas.
I know, we were getting a bit desperate. Yeah. But obviously, if you look into how much it costs to go in an Airbnb at Christmas time or the holiday season, at anywhere in those places that I've just said, London, Edinburgh, New York, Canada ski resort, any of those sort of places, it's extortionate, absolutely extortionate. Yeah. So, we were just thinking, okay, well, maybe someone, and like Bri said, you know, like you say, we did get people. In fact, we got a flipping brilliant one in London, didn't we, Bri?
Right by the Tower Bridge in
London, wasn't it? On the Tower Bridge.
It's not on the bridge.
It was.
It wasn't on the bridge.
It was.
It's not that big a bridge. It's one of the towers on Tower Bridge.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
This girl, she must have just taken a liking to us.
Oh, yeah, but you always write a nice letter to say, can we please do this?
Yeah.
You know, and not only that, there's 4 of us. So, again, it's someone who's got a house that's big enough to take 4 people.
Yeah.
You know?
And this house, it was an apartment. I thought it was on the bridge. It was a rooftop. What's it called? One of those at the top.
It was like a penthouse apartments, but it was what probably was a warehouse at one time. So, but it had this beautiful roof and everything, as in all vaulted ceiling and big beams, and it was pretty old, but just these views, just looking over Tower Bridge.
It was.
Yeah, and big. What is it? St Paul's Cathedral in the background. And
it had a rooftop terrace. And she messaged me and she said, you can stay here from the 20th. She didn't want to stay in our house in New Zealand. She said, I'll just take you up on that another time. She said, I just want someone to come and look after our house. And I think they had a cat as well.
A little cat, which, again, it was one of those cats that could stay for days. But you're in London, you're going to stay in London.
Stay for days?
As in, you wouldn't have to worry about feeding it every day because you could put enough food down for it to be all right. What? You could. It's like you don't, clear the cat poo out every now and then. So it's not a big thing.
You just said?
No, what?
You just said, it's one of those cats that you can just leave for days with no food.
No, I said put food out, and then you'd have to worry about feeding them.
We're brilliant house sitters, honestly. If ever you want us to go and look after
I like to go and look after cats and let them fast for a little bit, like a week, because I'm having fun.
Anyway, she had this cat and an amazing apartment in London. But it was from the 27th of December until I think something like the 4th of Jan. And we were like, shall we just go and have 10 days?
Yeah.
But you know what? By the time we worked out flights to England, and we can't go to England without seeing the family. You just can't.
No, that's it, yeah. And
we wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
And then we thought, well, we were like this, like that, weren't we? And you just thought, also, when you go to London, you've got to have lots of spare cash. You can't just go to London and say to the kids, okay, kids, sit at the rooftop and just look at Tower Bridge all night. They're going to want to go out and do stuff. And so we turned that one down. We said, no, thank you so much. And actually, just rewind a bit. In answer to what do you keep looking around for?
Because the sun...
You're making me feel nervous.
The sun is just about to come around onto me.
Well, it's on your shoulder, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, you all right?
Yep, speak on my microphone. Sorry for the banging.
You do this every time. Every time I just get into a good conversation with you, you start looking round like, whoa, what? Making me nervous, making me feel on edge.
Yeah.
Just relax, Brian.
That's the duty of a husband.
No, it isn't.
Keep you
You're
on,
a podcast
on edge.
person. You're supposed to just relax. Anyway, so now I've forgotten what I was talking about. So go on, carry on what I was saying.
What you were talking about was like not feeding cats.
So we said no to the London one, and that was all that offered, really.
Yeah.
And then we started looking around. We went further afield, Canada. Oh no, that's what I was going to say. I said rewinding what you just said about writing a nice letter.
Yeah.
A little tip for you: if you do house sitting or house swapping, don't just apply and say, "Hi, I'm Liz and Brian, and we've got two big adult kids that we want to come and stay with you because,
And they like lots of hot showers and baths.
Yeah.
And like using all electric.
Don't just say that. Just give them some backstory. Write an essay. If need be, write an essay.
Yeah.
And just let them know that... I mean, I didn't give them all the details about why I wanted to come. I just said, we want to spend a family Christmas together. My kids are getting in their 20s. They're going to be leaving home soon. It would be wonderful to spend a wintry Christmas.
A wintry Christmas. I think that was the big thing, wasn't it? We could have gone to Australia or something like that, but it's just, do you know what? We just think if you're going to spend the money, you might as well just go and have like it is in the movies a little bit, eh?
I think that's what it is, isn't it?
I think they watch too many movies.
Hand on heart, that's what we want, really, isn't it?
It is. Because every Christmas film it's snowing, and it doesn't really snow at Christmas that much anywhere.
It does.
Well, not everywhere.
It does where we're going by.
But you see it in New York, and it's like they don't really get snow till New Year normally. But do you know what I'm trying to say? You tend to think it's thick snow everywhere, but it's even my cousin in upstate New York, Rochester, when we went there 7 years ago, and he said, what are you coming for anyway? And I said, well, because...
That's nice.
Yeah, but in a roundabout way. He didn't just say it bluntly. Mark's a lovely chap.
What are you coming for?
He said, we don't normally get snow at this time of year. And I'm like, but we did, because we got lake effect snow.
Well, there you go then. So that just proves you wrong, doesn't it?
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was very, very lucky.
No, we were lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
And where we're going, it's going to be snowing. So
yes. So where's it going to be?
Our big announcement that we've got to make. Oh, before I say that, anyway, I just want to say thank you so much to our Patreons that have joined our private podcast. No, honestly, I've been wanting to say this and I wanted to say it at the beginning, to say thank you so much to all the people that have joined us over on Patreon. We're over there doing a behind the scenes podcast and behind the scenes newsletter and just generally building a community over there. So if you have joined, we love you. Thank you for supporting us and we appreciate you. And if you want to know more about our Patreon, you can go over to
www.patreon.com.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Patreon.com/It's a Drama.
Yes.
And you'll head straight to our page and you can see where to join up. And if you want to join up to get these the private podcasts are great because we're just doing some walking ones at the moment. So we get in really deep, don't we?
We do get deep,
and
yes.
It's just called Behind the Drama.
If that's possible. It's called Behind the Drama, yes.
Yeah, not behind the scenes.
Anyway, thank you to you. You're making this content possible. You really are. So thank you so much.
Helping us to keep going.
Yes, thank you. We are going. Dun, dun, dun. Put your thing on. Put your thing on. Oh, there we go. We are going. Oh, yeah. So he's doing all of them. We are going. We are going to Canada. We're going to British Columbia to spend a snowy Christmas with our lovely children.
Yes.
Our lovely children.
Wonderful kids.
They help us so much. Honestly, you should see them. They're in there with a scrubbing brush now saying, don't you worry about anything.
They're at home saving as much money as they can and spending all our money.
Yes. But we're taking them and we're going to British Columbia to spend a Christmas and New Year in the snow.
Yes.
In the snow. And in return, we have got a wonderful family with 2 small children who've always wanted to come to New Zealand.
Yes.
Who have always wanted to be in the sun at Christmas.
Yep.
Please be sunny, New Zealand. And they're going to be living in our house. And we're
I know.
swapping.
It's amazing when you think about it, because normally that's it. They're going to not see, green grass until, I don't know, what, April, May, something like that.
So that's what we're doing. We're swapping with this family. They're coming here. We're going there. And it's a bit surreal, isn't it, Bri?
It's a bit weird at the moment.
It's freaking
You
us
feel like
out.
you're not doing something. You're not doing it because it's the craziest part is you turn up at the airport, you leave your car in the airport car park. Obviously, the key's going to be hidden somewhere on the car or in the car, open.
Where are you going to hide it?
I'll just leave it in the ignition.
Yeah,
Someone wants to
that's
take my
best.
car, you're welcome to it, mate. And I know it's
They've
like,
got a really nice car.
yeah, mine's a 2012 and is a 2021. It's
But we live in a really nice location.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so do they.
yeah.
Honestly, you should see this house. It's fabulous. It's like one of those A-frame
It's
Canadian...
what they call the A-frame, a Canadian A-frame. It's like, which is a pointed front. It's like a diamond, as they call it, isn't it? Not an A-frame. It's an actual diamond.
Yes.
That's what they call it. So it's two floors of windows.
Yes.
In the main living area and like a sort of mezzanine off to the bedrooms.
And the resort that we're going to, it reminds us of New Zealand because it's very local. It's right in the middle of British Columbia. So we're going to get lots and lots of snow. We're going to bring you a podcast from there and show you where we are and just share it with you. And I'm sounding excited now because I am really, really excited. But I tell you what, Bri,
Tell you what.
we haven't stopped. We haven't
I
stopped.
haven't stopped.
We haven't stopped,
we haven't
have we,
stopped,
Bri?
no.
I mean, those poor kids, they haven't had our attention.
Yeah.
It's been really stressful trying to get everything ready because I've been trying to say to Bri, what you've got to remember, Bri, is this is a house swap. We're not renting it. They're not paying any money for it. But you are insisting on getting everything really perfect.
Do you know what? I'm
for
not so
them.
much perfect. I want it so when I come back, because when you live in New Zealand, it's a tough one because we live rural, and the amount of spiders that you get on your house. I'm not talking big spiders, just little spiders like you get in England and things like that.
They're huge.
No, some of them are. The odd one.
Oh, Bri, shall I tell that story about the
yeah,
other
you can
day?
do.
The other morning, right? It was awful. It was awful. I was laying there in bed. Brian came over, gave me my cup of tea, and he was leaning over me. We've got like a wall at the back of our bed, and he was leaning on the wall, looking over at my beautiful face, laying in the bed, not looking at my nostrils at all. And I'm laying there in bed, and all of a sudden, I just feel this thing, legs, not Brian's, legs, hairy, bigger than Brian's legs.
Obviously much bigger than mine.
crawling across my cheek down to my neck. And I just went like this, like this. I just...
That's exactly what it was like. Liz jumped out of bed, completely naked.
I leapt out naked. Honestly, it was poor Brian. He nearly fell off the wall. His legs nearly toppled off
Everything
the back of the wall like
bouncing
Humpty
around.
Dumpty. Yeah, it was. Everything just swinging. I didn't care. Normally, I think, oh, where's my dressing gown? I need to cover up. But I just thought, oh my God, no. I jumped out of bed. It was huge. Absolutely huge. Anyway, I said to Brian, I grabbed the T-shirt on the floor because I was, didn't want to show too much. So I put my T-shirt, where is it? Where is it? Like, get it. We stripped the bed off.
Yep.
We pulled the bed out. It's nowhere to be seen. This flipping thing had run
Liz
for
is saying,
it.
don't kill it. And I'm like, why? Just swap the little bugger.
Listen to me, you.
Why?
You should never, ever, ever kill spiders.
Oh, I'm not
They're
being funny. Have you
ancient
seen-
creatures.
I don't care.
They're dinosaurs.
Get off my new house.
No, honestly, don't ever kill
They're
something.
not dinosaurs.
Brian,
spiders.
they've been around since the
They might
dinosaur
well have been.
age.
Yeah.
They're ancient and they're wise.
Yeah, we need to wipe their little sods out.
They know which bodies to crawl
Spider
on.
shit is horrible.
Stop being horrible.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
I'm looking around the house and
couldn't
it's like-
find this spider. I'm running around naked, flipping from the waist down, just thinking, where is it? And then all of a sudden, I just feel this thing running from my belly button down my leg, like making a
They're gonna run for it. I'm going for it.
And it was in my T-shirt. And it was, oh, you know when you just want to stand there and cry?
Yeah.
I just wanted to just cry. I just wanted it was awful. It was flipping awful. Oh, what are we going to do if they come over?
There it is.
What are we going to do if they come over here, Bri?
What?
Because their house looks quite prim and proper.
It
What are we
does.
going to do if they come over here? You better pull that bed out for a start and hoover behind there, Bri.
Yeah.
Because I bet there's a massive family of spiders living under our bed.
That bed's never been pulled out for years, has it?
It hasn't. And that's where they're living, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon that one. Because it was a bush spider, so they're not huge. Maybe the whole thing is about yay big and the body's about that big. But
Tell us, because
they
people
look quite
can't see on the
big.
camera.
Well, that means probably its span was probably 2 inches plus.
It was big.
Yeah, and then its body is probably about 3/4 of an inch. It's quite big for a spider.
So all that to
Not
say,
poisonous
we've
to us.
been non-stop. Because of my dad's funeral, we weren't expecting to have to go over to England, and obviously I wasn't expecting my dad to pass. So we thought we had more time than we did. And we came back from England and we were like, oh no, we've only got 3 weeks to get the house ready and all our content up and ready. And
The hard part's been getting content together, because we had a bunch of stuff that we'd done before we went to England, but just you've got to schedule it and get it up there, and it's so much work, and then you can't do anything on the house, because if you start too early on the house, it'll just get dirty again, won't it?
so what exactly, Bri. And I want you to remember that, because I know that you are wanting me to get the cleaning products out, pull the bed out, hoover the spiders out and all that. But what's the point at the moment? Because they're only going to come back.
Yeah, well, I wash the house down first, and then that's what happens is they all run in because they get a bit wet.
I hope they're not listening to this. Those people who are renting our house.
I know.
Oh my God, what if they are?
Hello, Ryan and Sarah. How you doing?
We really live in a lovely house. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful. We promise we're going to hoover up before we leave.
Yeah.
But no, I'm so excited for them.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about them coming to our house. Obviously, we're only joking about the spiders and the filth because we live in a very clean house.
Yes.
I'm more excited about them coming because I know that New Plymouth is fantastic for kids.
In the summer.
In the summer.
Yeah.
And do you know what the other thing is as well, Bri?
What?
They're in a really lucky position because, well, everything they're doing is free. Like in New Plymouth in the summer, we have a huge festival of lights at the park in town.
Yeah.
They have open air cinemas, bands every night, food stalls, face painting, all these fantastic light displays. Yeah. And it's all free.
It is. It's lovely because it goes
free.
dark here about sort of 9:30, and all the lights are on, and it's nice. So before then, like they says, they have bands and things on the hatchery lawn and stuff like that.
It's
and you just
brilliant.
go and sit, you can take beer there and wine and stuff like that, and have a little picnic. So it's great. It really is.
Now, us on the other hand are taking our adult children who aren't paying for their flights.
No.
Because that's their Christmas. Anyway, we want to pay for them, don't we, Brian?
I know, but they've both gone out and bought new phones, haven't they? Like, and you just think,
this is going to be a very, very exciting,
why don't
happy
you pay for the flight instead?
Happy Christmas,
Keep
for
your
us,
old phone.
Because do you know what? The other thing. This is a serious note. This is a serious note right now, Brian.
Yep.
No, I'm being serious.
Okay.
You know, when you lose, you go through such a big loss, losing both your parents. And it makes you realise what's important in life.
It is.
It really does.
Yeah.
And money, and I know you need money, and I'm not saying, we don't need money and all that, but it's just, what's the point in a life if you don't make fantastic memories and laughter and adventure and just, I don't know, it's just, what's the point of it?
Do you know what? I think my brother summed it up once very, very well. Like, because my mum passed 11 years ago, and before then, he was saying, he actually told me this afterwards. He said, and he's just approaching retirement now because he's a little bit older than me, and he just said, I had all these plans to take mum and dad all over Europe and stuff because, he's done all right, my brother. And
Well, you know why?
yeah, because new kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're
that's
a,
it.
they're a
Little
money drain,
teenagers
those
that-
two.
Yeah, exactly. So he just said, so you've got to do it now, haven't you?
I know.
You know, because
I know.
I told him a dream trip that I wanted to do next year. And he just went, I'm up for that. And I never thought about him wanting to go. You know, and I said, well, let's plan it then.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll talk about that next year.
Yeah, we will. Your
If
big
it comes
dream
up.
trip.
Yeah, the dream trip.
It's one of those things that, like I say, we're not rich. We can't just go, oh yes, let's go to a ski resort for Christmas. It's just we're rich in love, and we're rich in time, and we're rich in family, and we're rich in all those wonderful things, our community. That makes me feel very, very wealthy and rich. And
It's
I
not
just,
about the money.
It isn't.
It's not about the
It
money.
isn't, Brian.
It's like you only get one. You can't take money with you, can you? So you're going to earn all this stuff and then leave it all for someone else
I
anyway.
know.
You know?
And as much as I think, yes, it would be wonderful to pay 10 grand off the mortgage. Of course it would, because our payments would come down.
Yeah.
But when are we ever going to be able to do this again?
Exactly.
When are
You
we
don't know.
ever going
That's
to
what I'm
do
s-
that?
That's what you're saying. You plan and plan. I'll do it when I'm. It's like you don't know you're going to get there. You don't know you're going to
know.
get to tomorrow, do you?
And
It's
the way
that-
we looked at it, and we're like you said earlier, Sonny and Tess are going to get boyfriends and girlfriends, whatever. They're going to get partners,
Yeah.
and they're not going to want to do things with us anymore. They're going to just want to. Oh, I hope they do, but
Yeah, but you do once if they get married and have kids, then you tend to do things as the big family, don't
I hope
you? Like,
so.
you know?
Yeah, I hope
But
so.
I can't stand going on holiday with little brats.
Oh, okay.
So we won't be going.
True.
Can you look after?
I know.
Can you look after the kids, mum and dad? No. We're going to Canada. We'll
So
go
that was
somewhere
our
else.
that was our big reason, you know, because you lose people, and you just think, I am so glad that I did the things with my mum when
Mm-hmm.
I did them. I went to Greece with my mum. I went to New Zealand with my
Your mum
mum.
came over to New Zealand.
Yeah, and I
there you
just
go.
think, you know, now I'm not thinking, how did I afford to pay for that New Zealand trip with my mum and Tess that time when I came over 15 years ago? I know mum paid for the flights, but, you know, all that 15 years ago when we were worrying about money, can you
Yeah.
remember what we were worrying about?
And this is the thing, you can't, because
You
I
can't.
know to go on that trip 14 years ago or 15 years ago, which was to meet my mum and dad in my brother's mountain house in Lake Tahoe,
Yeah,
or Truckee, whatever it's called. And what a brilliant thing that was.
I know.
You know,
I
and
know.
it cost a fortune. I had to take 3 weeks off my job or my new business I'd just started.
Yeah.
And you were panicking, like, you know, and I came back to a load of problems and stuff, but you still think, I'm so glad I did it,
Yeah.
you know?
So we haven't had to pay for any of the accommodation because we're house swapping.
No car rental.
No car rental, no.
car insurance-y stuff and stuff like that.
No.
Because you put them on your insurance here, they put your insurance over there. The only thing you need is a bit of medical. That's it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
We've got some medical insurance, and we've got this fantastic company that we've used. I'll put the link in the description because that's a really good company that we're using. And yeah, we're just swapping lives for a month. But we are going. We've taken the money, like I say, and we're going to go skiing with the kids.
Yeah.
We just said to them, absolutely no presents, no Christmas, nothing. We're not buying anything, not even anything. We're just this is it.
Just food.
This is going to
Yeah.
be the big Christmas
Yeah.
Griswold vacation, and you better be bloody smiling. I'll tell you what, they better had.
Yeah.
They better
'Cause
appreciate
They
this.
want eggnog. Because you can't really get eggnog in New Zealand.
You can.
No, you can't.
Why not? Avocado.
It's avocado's not eggnog, is it?
Oh, you know how to make eggnog, don't you?
Go on, Liz.
Avocado and lemonade.
No, that's a snowball.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
I thought it was the same thing.
No, it's more like a milky custardy drink thing.
Oh,
like
right.
Thingy, isn't it? Comes in a container.
I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest here, Bri.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not setting my expectations too high. Do you know what I mean?
I know, me
I
too.
want them,
Yeah.
I want them to just go like this. I want them to get off the plane, and I want them to go and see Canada and go, oh my God, you're the best parents ever. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I love you so
We love you.
much.
Yeah, use my new phone.
Do you know what, Bri? Shall we lower our expectations? Shall we lower them a little bit?
Just a bit.
Because I don't want us to get moody. I don't want me to be all like begrudging. I
Yeah.
want to be that perfect person that just gives.
Yeah. But That's what it's all about, Liz. But here's the thing. We
I
said,
hope I'm not going to be miserable.
yeah, but Tess said, are you going to take your computers with you? And we're like, yeah, we'll have to. He said, well, you're not going to be doing work, are you? And we're like, oh, no, we won't be doing work.
See
and
that?
then,
How cheeky.
yeah, and then she turns around
How does she
because
think I'm paying for
she's
it?
just started her YouTube channel, and she said, well, I'll be doing video editing. We said,
Yeah.
what? Hello?
What's good for the spanner doesn't good for
Yeah,
the...
what's good for
works.
the goose is good
That's
for
it.
the turkey.
I hope they realise how flipping lucky they are.
I know.
Hey, we
don't-
could have
they
paid
never
10
will.
grand off our mortgage.
I know.
We could be sitting here now,
Go
10
on,
grand
don't need
less.
to sell the house. Yeah, but I did say that last night when we were down in half a bottle of bubbles. Like, what are we going for?
Do you know what me and Bri did last night? We went and we went down the Foursquare. We bought a bottle of bubbles, and then we hid in the garden. This is how bad it's got.
Just over the hedge.
Don't tell Tess or Sonny.
Yeah.
We went over the hedge in the field next door, and we've got these brilliant little chairs. You know, there's little camping chairs that fold up for festivals and things.
Yeah, the really low down ones. And we've got a little low down wine table.
We
It's great, the
have.
little
We
wine
got our
table,
little
isn't it?
fold out table, and we got our little fold out chairs, and we just sat and got sozzled, didn't we, Brian? In the field.
We've had that wine table for about 3 years. And
It's
we've
so
never used it
stressful.
for wine,
It's
have we?
so stressful. Don't have a house swap. It's awful.
We were laughing our heads off. They must have heard us.
Oh, and we had this really good idea. We said, our private podcast, why don't we just sit there and get drunk? Oh, Brian,
Hey,
what would we do
Liz.
without alcohol?
I know. Yeah. You try and give it up, blows holes in your head. Hey, give it up then. No.
Anyway, so that's what we're up to. That's what we're up to. We're off to Canada. We're off to British Columbia.
Yep.
It's going to be snowing. It's going to be cold. It's going to be a very joyful time and happy. And, you know, we're going to be skiing. I'm a bit worried about that because I
Yep.
haven't skied for 50 years. So
How has the ski training been going on, Liz? Because when we came back from England, we said, that's it. We're going to get our legs strong for Canada. How's it been going?
it hasn't.
It just doesn't, has it?
All I'm hoping, Bri, is that when I get there,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just, oh God, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like because
it's probably 12 years since we've skied, maybe more.
I think you'll be fine because
Yeah.
you work out every day. I see you in that garage. You're pumping the iron. You're doing your squats. You're doing all those leg raisey things that you're doing, and I'm very proud of you. But I get tired easily, Bri,
I can see that.
and I just like to go on my walks and do my meditation and just have a little cry and just think about how life
It'll
is.
probably be all the other way around. I'll be the one who's like struggling and you'll be just whipping down the slopes.
Well, we'll soon find out, but
know.
I better be because I want my money's worth.
Yeah.
I want my money's worth, and I don't want to look like a fool in front of them two.
No,
I don't want to
exactly.
turn up and be like, oh, I can't do it because I'm too old.
Because here's the thing, I figured out how to get my old videos working, didn't I? And getting them onto, so we could watch them on the telly again, through the computer and all that sort of stuff. And we watched one when we were in Leger, which is in France, a gorgeous ski resort. And we went skiing, didn't we? And
18 years ago, was it?
Oh, more than that, maybe.
Well, Sonny was 4, so 20 years ago.
20 years ago. And that was the proper last time we skied, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from 5 days in
Surely we'll
Whakapapa.
still be okay.
Oh, yeah, but we were just dudes, weren't we?
We were dudes.
We were just dudes skiing. We'd just come back from not being that long back from Whistler when we'd done the whole year over there, hadn't we?
So the next time you see us, we're going to be, obviously, we will be doing another podcast before that. We won't, will we? This will be it now until Canada,
Yeah.
when we'll be bringing you some lovely footage from where we're staying. And you won't recognise us. You will not recognise us. I'm going to be telling you. I'm going to be telling you that everything has just been fantastic.
Yep.
It's been money well spent. I'm
Yep.
skiing, Brian's skiing.
Yeah. We haven't broken any ACLs.
Christmas, don't say that.
I know.
Christmas has just been fabulous. It's just been, but what we want to do is we want to take you with us and remind you that, we're with you. We're with you and you're with us. We're on the same page here, aren't we, Bri?
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah. Can I just have one last little story before we go?
Go on, yeah.
Why is it when you say to someone, we're going skiing, and they go, oh, brilliant. where were you going? You said, oh, off to Canada and stuff. This is talking to Mike down at the cafe.
Well, don't say his name if you're
Well,
going to be
it's all right.
horrible.
Mike's not, he's a lovely guy. No, I'm not being horrible.
Oh,
and
you're
then
not?
they just turn around and go, oh yeah, we used to do a lot of skiing. And but the last time we skied is my wife broke her fibia. Is it fibia or tibia? Whatever it's called, the big bone in your top of
Do
your
you
leg.
not know?
Yeah, well, I'm not 100% sure. I always
Really?
get mixed up.
Say it. Say
yeah,
it
well, why
again.
did they say that? She broke her leg in two.
Yes.
And it's like, thanks, Mike. We're going skiing next week.
And not only
And
that,
so it took her 2 years. He said, and then she got fit and well again. Next time she went out, she broke the other leg.
I know.
Why do people tell you that? Even like Irish, just snapped my ACL before I went skiing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, thanks.
Don't
mention it.
Don't manifest that, Brian. Look, what you've got to do is you've got to imagine me and you, like really, really fit, smiling. We're
Yes.
smiling actually.
Smiling,
we're coming
going down the green
ski,
run.
Yeah, we're going down the ski slopes. The kids are just down at the bottom going, ready, Mum and Dad, do you want a coffee? We'll go and buy you a coffee.
Yeah.
They're down there. Look at them. Oh, look, smiling,
There you go.
happy.
Look at Mum. She's going down on her bum.
Yeah, look how young she looks. Look how smiley she is.
Great.
And look at Dad. He's not even frowning.
No.
He's just really happy.
Yeah.
No smell of bleach.
It's a good job he's got those goggles on. Can't see him crying. How much money it's cost him.
Right, we're off. We're off.
Maybe we should have worn the goggles on the show.
Whatever you're doing this holiday time, this Christmas season, however you're celebrating, I just want to say, and I will never, ever, ever, ever tire of saying this, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, for reviewing, for commenting. If you're part of our Patreon, thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we wish you the happiest of holiday season. Like I say, however you celebrate it. We will be here for you. We'll be bringing you content from Canada. You can rely on us. We will be there. But until then, stay safe. My heart beats with yours. Thank you so much for being with us, and I will speak to you soon.
Yep, so kia kaha, stay strong, especially for the slopes. Kia u, stay true, and that's like going straight as an arrow. And the last one is, I'm going to be the happiest little elf in the nut house when I've paid for this holiday. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
So we went to the cafe to work the other day.
Yeah.
It was the day before yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was wearing my comfy knicks because I went back to Farmers and I bought 6 pairs of them or whatever it was I bought. I bought them in pink,
Farmers is a department store, if you don't know
light
what that is.
pink
Yeah.
and
Bit
black.
like Debenhams.
And I can't believe that I'm talking about my knickers on this
I know.
podcast.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it behind the drama, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And also, I think it's important because I tell you what, shopping for knickers as a woman has got to be, it's the hardest job ever because you can't try them on properly. You have to try them on over your own pants, which is just annoying because as if you're not going to know.
Yeah.
And you just want someone to say to you, these are the best knickers.
Yeah.
And
But
I've had no one to say that to me, so I'm telling other people.
Yeah. But again, it's horses for courses, isn't it? You know, as in they might not be comfy for someone else. You just
I don't know because
Yeah.
I've got nice big hips. I've got a nice full bum. I've got a belly. And so that's all you need to think. If you haven't got any of those things, go to Cotton On.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
So
anyway,
yeah, we went
let's
to the
get
cafe to
get
work.
back to the story.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else. Go on.
What were you thinking?
I was going like, those Vanta undies are comfy, but I have 2 pair of jockeys which are still probably my faves.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it because they're comfy and old?
I think probably comfy and old, but they're just a bit more space.
Yeah, well,
and
there you
stuff,
go
know?
then.
The pouch might not just work sometimes.
See?
Yeah.
Now you know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not all about, like, you know, it's just you need more space. You need, when you have a pair of knickers on or a pair of underpants, it just needs to feel like a big soft cuddle.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to be feeling like pinching or scratching or anything like that. You just don't. Life is too challenging as it is.
It is. Yeah.
You need, right from the start, right from the get-go, next to your skin, you need comfy nicks.
Yeah.
I'm really I want to make that clear. Anyway, so yeah, we went in that cafe and I had my knicks on. And actually, I had this lovely red skirt on, didn't I? I think I looked really nice that day.
Yeah, it's like a maroony coloured red
Yeah,
skirt,
like
isn't
really
it?
long, like a flary out skirt. And I had it on with a pair of tights and my cowboy boots and a black top. And I went to the toilet, to the bathroom. I won't say toilet because that sounds a bit crass. I went to the bathroom,
The
as
loo.
the Americans
Just
say.
say the loo.
And I went to the bathroom, I went to the bog and went to the loo. And then when I came out, I walked across the packed cafe that was full of people to Tessa, who was sitting in the corner. And I thought that my label of my dress, my skirt, was hanging out. And I turned, so I walked across the floor of the cafe that was packed. And I walked over to the corner where Tessa was standing. And I turned to Tessa and I said, is my label sticking out? And she went, oh my God.
At that moment, I looked round.
You look round and so did all the cafe. And I don't know how I'd done it, but I just hadn't pulled my skirt down. So I'd walked across the cafe in my knickers and tights, and my skirt's just hoited up around my waist.
No, it tucked into your top of your knickers.
Tucked into the top of my knickers.
Because they were so bloody big.
I know.
You didn't notice that your skirt was in there. Jeez. This is even more comfy now. It's even more padded.
Oh, Tessa's face. She just, if I could have had a picture.
I know. I wish I'd bloody videoed it.
Yeah, and she told me today, she's just, when we were sitting at lunch, just having our lunch, when she said about the knickers, and she said, did I tell you what that man said when you walked out to have your haircut? And I said, no, what?
You have been listening to our private member-only podcast, Behind the Drama. To listen to more episodes and to support us, head over to patreon.com/it'sadrama. That's patreon.com/it'sadrama. We'd love to have you with us.
Don't know about you, but when we found out we were going to be spending a week in a resort in Fiji, we were a little bit nervous. We thought it might be all partying all night and everything organised and no time to yourself, but we were so surprised.
It's been like being part of a soap opera, isn't it, Brian?
It is, isn't it?
Because you get to know all the families. And like the one, his wife, she's a bit of a boozer. Watch her at 9 o'clock, she gets a bit drunk.
In this week's episode, we are coming to you from location in Fiji. We're in Likuri Resort on Robinson Crusoe Island. And have we got news for you about what this place is like? So let's sit back and enjoy the show and find out all about Likuri Island.